Okay, good afternoon, everyone. It's Kat from Scratch Magazine. I'm jumping in today's live from the living room slot to bring you a really fun interview with the fabulous Sophie Dale. She's been a columnist with us since January. I know I've certainly really enjoyed reading her advice on social media and really honest business advice at the same time. So I'm going to try and bring her in on this any moment now. Bear with me, guys. You know how awkward this always is. So hang in there with me. Um, as always, be sure to leave any questions for Sophie in the comments below and I'll shout them out as we go. Okay, bringing Sophie in now, hopefully. We are just waiting for it to come in.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, you alright?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I've got the dog with me. She must know I'm nervous because she never literally comes and sits on my knees like this. She literally sat here with her
Okay,
legs
so
out.
this session got instantly better straight away.
Dog in the video, it's always good.
Yeah. So how are you? You well?
I'm alright, mate. Yeah, I'm staying busy. I'm really busy at the moment, so there's no stopping really. I mean, for the first 2 weeks of lockdown, not much, but now everything's all go, really.
Well, that sort of brings me on to what I wanted to talk to you about. Obviously, I think it's no understatement to say that social media plays a huge part in business life and day-to-day life. And obviously, you've got such a brilliant online personality. You've got a big presence.
Thank you.
How did you sort of cope in the first few weeks?
In a few words, I didn't. I was crying every day. It was ridiculous. My mum was like, "Sophie, what is wrong with you?" And I was like, "Ah." Oh, the dogs got scared. I've been crying. She'll be in the corner shaking now. Yeah, I was crying most days, crying myself to sleep, morning my clients. I think it's difficult for all of us, really. It's getting used to that massive change, really. Because I've done nails since I was 14, so not being able to do that was like a massive thing for me because I like being busy like anyone else. I mean, I'm like a really like, if I start, I have to do it all the time. So, you know, it was difficult.
But how are you coping now?
Well, I've launched Nancy Girl now, so I've got a lot of work to do with that. So that's great. So it keeps me busy. And then what else am I doing? I'm keeping fit. I'm going out on my bike every day. The weather's gorgeous outside, so it's really nice to get out and
That's
sunbathe. Got a nice tan.
typical. Got to enjoy it while we can.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think a lot of nail professionals are perhaps sort of feeling a bit of pressure to sort of keep up with
Oh, definitely.
appearances at the moment. Business as usual as well, as much as it can be. What's your advice on that?
I'd say you can't look at someone's Instagram and think that like and judge yourself for not doing what other people are doing.
Yeah.
Because for the first 2 weeks, I would say that affected me like a lot. I was stressing out. I was like, oh my God, because everyone just seemed to be straight on it with the workshops, straight on it with everything. But for me, it took me a while to get used to a new situation, and you just got to let yourself do what you got to do, rest for a bit, and then if you want to crack on, crack on. If you don't, that's fine. I think this is a massive change, and you just got to let yourself get used to it. You can't force yourself to do stuff, and your followers and your clients will be able to tell when you're just forcing content. I would say that. You just got to let it be natural and be honest and be real with your followers, because I feel like it can be quite damaging if you're being really proactive and this and that all over the place and not being real with your followers. I mean, I'd always want to be real with mine because I know how it makes me feel if I'm like, oh God, they're doing this and that and I'm not doing anything. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like that is really important.
Speaking of real, we've just had a question from someone, if you're happy to
Oh,
answer.
yeah, okay, go.
They've asked, can someone please explain why your name is Sophie, but your nail name is Nancy? Talking about
Okay,
keeping it real.
keeping it real. So I called it Nancy Loves Nails when I was 14. I started nails when I was 14 years old. So and to be honest, I think it was a good choice. It just sounded good at the time. There's literally no meaning to it whatsoever. And it was a good choice because I can now brand that rather than it being my own name. And Sophie loves nails doesn't sound very good anyway, so
We've had another question.
hit
How
me.
can you prevent social media from taking over your life? How can you strike a balance? I think especially right now where we are
Yeah.
more than ever looking at our screens.
Yeah.
What are your tips?
I think you've got to create boundaries for yourself. Oh my god, that was the door.
That's so ironic.
I know. Create boundaries. Shut the door of social media. Yeah, you've got to create boundaries somehow, because it is so easy to go on your phone all the time and be like tucked in by it, especially Instagram. And too much of it can be toxic. You need to give yourself a sensible amount, put out the sensible amount, but not too much. I use time limit on my phone, which is great. So after a certain time on a night or after a certain amount of hours on your phone, it turns off, and it just stops you from just clicking constantly. So that's one of my tips that I think is really good.
Oh, brilliant. So you mentioned earlier that you've been busy with your new launch. Did you want to tell us some more about it?
Yeah, so I launched Nancy Girl. It was a month yesterday actually, which was like flew by really. Nancy Girl is like, I wanted to create a brand, a clothing brand, for nail techs. I've got one on now. Product placement. I don't want to sound like I'm too busy saying this, but yeah, I've got one of mine on now. I just wanted to create a brand with comfortable unisex wear for nail techs, for work, and something that looked good and was comfy. I love embroidered stuff, so I wanted everything to be embroidered and have like nice little quotes on. So yeah, it's been great. It's been really busy. I was really surprised because I was thinking, oh god, it's going to be so quiet now, but people are still buying. I'm buying. I bought rollerblades the other night. I don't need rollerblades, but I bought them. You know what I mean? So people are online and people want something nice and want a treat, because at the end of the day we're all pretty bored.
You got to look after yourself.
Yeah, cost you self-care.
What sort of difficulties have you had with launching the brands in this time? Anything?
I have wrote down some notes on this because I thought I will forget. So yeah, I mean, I launched, I think it was about a week before we were on like lockdown as such. And we were in Liverpool. I was in Liverpool with my friend Amy and Lauren, who I do my courses with. And I was literally like, I do not want to launch this anymore. Like, I just felt like, oh, it felt like I've been working on it for so long. And then I was going into this new business, and then it was like, there you go, after that, you're not getting anything. So I was thinking, shall I delay it or shall I keep it now? But I thought, no, let's just go for it. So I just smashed it with the branding, smashed it with my advertising, sending out to all my friends. And that's all I could have done really. But I did face some problems. So the factory closed down that done my sweaters. Fortunately, the delivery place, the DHL, some boys, thanks DHL, are still delivering. So that was great. He comes around every day, see his lovely little face, and I'm like, thank you. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty. I've saw some more jumpers and stuff, so I'm still getting stock. So it's going fine, really. Not many bad things coming my way.
Brilliant. There's lots of lovely comments from everyone saying.
Oh, is there? I'm not reading them because they make me nervous. I'm like, oh.
So what are your hopes with the brands in the future?
I'd love to keep on going with the products that I've got and introduce some new ones as well. So I'm really excited. I'm working with my designer Jane on some new products. If Jane's watching, we love Jane. She's so nice. Yeah, we're working on some new products, which is really exciting. Which is nice for me to keep being creative as well in this time, because if I'm not creative, I get depressed, like really depressed. So it's nice. Yeah, a couple of new products are coming.
I think you've really hit on a point there. I think a lot of artists are perhaps being a little bit uninspired at the moment.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So what's your advice for that?
I think you've got to let yourself be uninspired, and not like put too much pressure on yourself, because as soon as you put that pressure on, you're just gonna destroy yourself really. I mean, for the full month at Christmas, I did not post nails, none. I was like flatlined. So, and then January because I'd let myself have that break and I've given myself that break, I could get back on it, and I wanted to do loads, because I'm either all or nothing, me. So now, because I've had them 2 weeks off, give yourself time off and then you can get back on it. But yeah, don't force yourself to do stuff you don't want to do. It's not going to work.
And speaking of coming back with a bang, what are you excited about for the rest of the year or across your whole sort of career?
Oh, I'm really excited. So I've got a couple of things coming up. So obviously I had Nailed Up North coming up in June the 14th, but that's been changed to Christmas now. So I'm happy. I was so worried about changing the date, but I'm so happy that everyone's buzzing with the Christmas thing, because obviously everyone's out of work and I don't want nobody to not be able to afford it or not be able to get there. And just for the safety of everyone, really, you can't be going on with events in June, I don't think. I mean, it's uncertain, but...
What is the new date, so we can shout out?
New date, Nailed Up North, is the 29th of November. It's a Sunday, and there's actually 3 tickets left. So if anybody wants one, get on the website.
Quick, if there's only 3 left.
Yeah, really quick. And then I'm working on a little project, which will be really good, which will be accessible by everyone online on some streaming platforms. So there's a little hint for you that I'm working on. But it'll be great. My mum's just walked in. My mum is, yeah. She'll be judging me. Are you judging me? She's going in the back garden now.
So
what else have we got to look forward to? Let me see if I've noted down anything. I did write some stuff down because I thought I always forget and I downplay myself all the time. Yeah, so workshops as well. I'm going to get on my workshops with Amy once we get back. Obviously, we might have to rearrange some as well, so that'll be a pain, but it'll be worth it. And then, yeah, so I'm going to get my teacher's qualification.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so yeah, we're going to work on that in our time off, because we may as well make the most of it now, because, I mean, when I'm at work with clients, I'm at work all the time, so I've not had that chance to get in and do anything like that on the computer and smash down on something like that, so I need to take advantage of this time, really, when it's not nice outside, on a night time. Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, there's Scratch Stars coming up in the calendar as well.
Woohoo! I did forget about that one. Don't show me. It was noted down. Yeah, Scratch Stars, that'll be great. I'm looking forward to it because I'm up for 2 this year, so it's really good. I know. I was buzzing. I was so buzzing because my friend Nails by Liv, she's probably watching now.
Yes.
She messaged me on the morning and she must have only scrolled down enough to see her own name, and she wrote in the group chat, "Oh, well done, Jen, well done, me," whatever. Didn't say me. I was like, oh. I thought I didn't get through, but I looked on and I was like, woohoo! I'm up for 2, so that's really good. I was buzzing.
Yeah,
so
not
happy.
once, but twice.
I know. Well, I didn't win last year, so we're going to come back this year even stronger.
That's it. You got to keep trying. That's a message
for
everyone.
You have. Yeah. You have, definitely. But the party was amazing last year, so we'll definitely be back, and with a better outfit than last year, I think. Going to smash it with the outfit.
Oh, brilliant. Well, I don't think we've got any more questions, so is there anything else you wanted to add, or?
I don't think so. I think we've covered everything, I think.
Well, I suppose it would just be a case of you'll be keeping everyone up to date with all your new ventures, all your new bits and bobs with your column in Scratch, of course, which is really exciting.
Amazing.
We can continue to share that with everyone. And, it'd be really, really great. So
thank you so much.
No, thank you. If there's any more comments or questions for Sophie, just pop them below and we will, of course, ask. Yep, there we go, pointing.
I feel like I'm on YouTube.
I know.
In the comments below. Subscribe.
But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Again, just let us know if you've got any more comments or suggestions, and hopefully see you all very, very soon. But thank you so much, Sophie.
No, thank you. See you later. Bye.